Hello there, I'm Connie.
Hello, I'm Dobbs.
Welcome to The Worry Book, a podcast for anyone who has ever worried about anything ever. In each episode, we'll be exploring a subject that we worry about while trying not to make matters worse or falling out with each other. This week, we're worrying about celebrities.
Celebrities. I probably have quite a lot to say about this.
Do you? What worries you about the phenomenon of celebrity?
Well, everything. People being famous for the sake of being famous. Celebrities is a byproduct of, or should be a byproduct of someone's talent, skill, whatever. Or it could just be chance. But now people are just famous, or want to be famous, for being famous.
So, is there any link between celebrity and celebration? Is a celebrity?
Is that where it comes from?
I don't know.
I
just thought maybe that's the origin.
That's a very good point.
And therefore, does it really matter who we celebrate? Because everyone's going to want to celebrate something different.
Oh my God, I don't know.
I might want to celebrate, the world's ultimate poached egg maker, and you might think that is a load of bollocks. Although, knowing you and your penchant for eggs, I imagine you might be quite keen.
Penchant for eggs. Yeah, but that goes back to what I was saying before. That is exactly the point. If it's a celebration, then you've got to have something to celebrate.
But okay, so
I'm getting serious, aren't you?
Well,
already.
I mean, that's not a bad thing.
Okay,
but I'm just wondering kind of what it is that kind of worries you about celebrity. Do you think it's too easy nowadays to become a celebrity? Do you think that we've lost the definition?
I don't think it's easy, but what I think the big thing is all these people who are famous for their personalities and whatever, being edited in a certain way on a reality TV program or whatever, then it misses out on people with sort of talent who might not be of a marketable personality.
You see, I started off in a very negative place as far as the whole reality TV celebrity culture was concerned. And I started thinking, it's now just a case of plonk anyone in front of a camera and, they're a celebrity. And now I've seen some of those early, let's say, non-celebrities kind of blossom into, actually pretty decent people doing other things and kind of, promoting good causes. And so I think that it's not necessarily a bad thing to kind of attach the label to celebrity to people.
Well, I think any
for whatever reason.
Well, I'm all up for anybody. Everyone's got something to offer, and whatever. Again, like many things, it comes down to marketing, I think, and it comes down to how the producers of a TV program, which is inevitably usually is to do with TV, that it really kind of irks me. It's pushed on to people. It's edited in a certain way, and these people are thought to give salvation. And there's also that kind of like, well, this is just a normal person from down the road, and this could be you. So there's that relatable kind of.
So do you think it's less about the people who become celebrities and more about the fact that they're sort of owned, that they become somebody else's property?
I think
and then kind of the machine takes over, and they're saying, you're a celebrity, therefore, this is now kind of what your purpose is. And, actually people might struggle with that. I
just think people are self-centered. So they watch something, they see somebody picked out of obscurity, they're on something and they're popular, they relate to them, they put themselves in that situation, it escapes them from their mundane job, life, cycle. And this is everyone, this is me, I'm not
sounds
saying,
brilliant.
I know it does, and this is and I'm not sort of saying, oh, this is them people, this is me as well, I'm the same. If I watch like a music thing, I go, oh, that's brilliant, I'm in a band, that could be me on Top of the pops. That's all down. But I get it. I get it. But it's just like, I just wish some of these celebrities were a bit more self-aware of it.
What
it's
of their,
very judgmental
of their
of me,
sort of
but that's what I do.
influence?
Well, just the fact that it's a lot of luck and a lot of, and I mean, I'm not. Well, I don't know. I suppose. I mean, presenting and things. If the ones who've got into that, and that is a talent, and that is a discipline of some sort. I'm sure, But, yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. There's quite a lot about, the celebrity lifestyle that does appeal to me. So, I'm not all about.
Oh, I'd love
the
it
money.
If I was one of them.
I was going to say,
would you fantastic?
Do you want to be one?
Oh yeah, can I?
But, well, possibly.
I mean, I was sat in a bloody bedroom talking on a podcast and thinking, maybe a producer will be listening. Hello. By the way, I'm available for voiceovers. I can do deep. I can do hi. Welcome. Hey, do Cheerios. I'm available. I'll do anything.
Just cereals, though.
So I'm complete hypocrite myself.
I can do background giggling. And linking. And as people will know from previous episodes, I can have aspirations to be some kind of academic. Through my links and my persona.
Links deodorant.
My persona of
an advert for you.
Oh, thank you. My persona of my grandiose persona.
Your grandiose persona.
Yeah.
That's a new car, I think. So, there you go. We can do a car
maybe
as well.
If I was a celebrity, I could afford to buy a grandiose persona. That would be the first thing I'd buy, definitely.
Grandiose persona.
Yeah, I think it might be. I think it might be a foreign car, perhaps Italian.
It'll be the second new car after you bought your Fitzgerald. That's a very strange throwback to anyone who's been listening to podcasts for a while. But we're not going to that. Fitzgerald was
Fitzgerald,
the detective man. We made up. Yes.
See, I think he'd be a celebrity.
So let's talk about direct celebrities. Let's talk about celebrity experiences.
Okay.
Have you got any memorable celebrity experiences?
What encounters with
encounters? Yes, that you'd like to share. Or not share.
Well,
people always like this kind of shit, so
they're few and far between. They're all vaguely embarrassing on my part.
That's what I'm getting at. Anything embarrassing.
I did
put you on the spot. You've changed colour, which you can't see on a podcast, but yes.
I did once acknowledge in quite a brazen fashion that Liam Gallagher was walking towards me at Manchester Piccadilly station.
What did you do?
I kind of doffed an imaginary hat to him.
Did you say anything, make any noises, grunt in a Mancunian accent to him?
Well, I just got off a train from London to Manchester.
Oh, from London.
And he, I would assume, was getting on a train
to
from
London,
Manchester
probably.
to London.
Probably, because that's where celebrities live.
And I was, so in that sense, I was coming home. And I kind of did this, as I said, this imaginary doffing of the hat. And then I kind of mouthed, "All right, kid."
No, you didn't say kid, did you?
I was kind of under my breath.
All right, kid.
But it was, if you'd really studied my mouth when I was saying it, it was like, "All right, kid."
All right, go get him, Lee.
Yeah, so I think, something like that. There was an embarrassing acknowledgement and a kind of nodding. And there was no response from him. He was looking at the platform. He was doing what any normal person would do in a station. And then, there was the time when I met Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I was very young. I'd gone to see a production of a Chekhov play at the Theatre Clwyd in Mould.
Whoa,
There's a lot of detail coming out here.
Was this just out of interest to put his celebrity into account?
It was post.
It was that's exactly what I was going to say. It was post.
And I was a big
Silence of the Lambs, if anyone's wondering what the hell's happening. I can smell your lasagna cooking in the oven, Clarice. I think it's ready. You better check on it. Have you got a glass door on your oven, Clarice? I think you have, haven't you, Clarice? I don't know what I was doing that, but yeah. Anyway, sorry, distracted you.
I do remember it slightly differently, but hey ho.
They're mixing it up with a Vic and Bob sketch, I think, but maybe.
But yeah, so I mean, the main reason my mum, suggested that I might like to go and see this quite impenetrable Chekhov play. Impenetrable.
Yeah, that's that. Carry on.
Chekhov play was because I was a fan of Anthony Hopkins in the aforementioned brilliant Silence of the Lambs.
I can't do it.
That's really brought something out, hasn't
and that's
it?
what that sounds
it's brought
like.
out your inner serial killer.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did manage to go to a sort of signing area after the play, and I just remember thinking, oh my God, this is going to be a really, really important moment in my life. I'm going to meet Anthony Hopkins, and I'd better say something really good because this is like the one and only time that I've got to impress him. God knows what I thought I was, maybe I thought I was doing an audition or something. But anyway, I got there and I had a poster that I wanted him to sign, and I just ended up going up to him going, I really like the play. And
you didn't get your poster signed?
I did get my poster signed, yeah. In fact, the whole cast signed the poster.
But you only really wanted his.
Yeah, but his was in silver pen.
And
the others were only in biro.
Did you do that deliberately?
Which I would have thought would have pissed off the other.
Yeah, after the Silence of the Lambs, I did hear he went a bit up his own ass.
But I was still impressed.
Yeah.
I was still impressed by that. Yeah, I mean that was a bit of a letdown of a story because you'd imagine by the way I was building it up, it was like, so there I was, and I suddenly ripped off my clothes and I was wearing a tutu and I did a kind of performance art piece. I didn't. I just kind of was a bit lost for words. So yeah, I think that's something about celebrities. I think they do have this kind of draw that you kind of want to be around them. I did go. I met Louis Theroux at a book signing.
All right.
And I think I just get a bit kind of, whenever I've had the odd encounter, I think I just immediately want to be mates with them.
Yeah, and this whole book signing thing though, that's kind of like cheating celebrities, the signing events. That's not like, yeah, it's great, and you meet them, you might share a few words and whatever, but it's not the same as properly meeting someone, is it?
It's not the same as getting a phone number and a cast iron guarantee.
Even your Liam at Piccadilly
go out
Station
for a drink with you.
Was excuse me. It was even it's, those chance encounters are a bit more exciting.
Yeah.
However, I have kind of, well, I wouldn't say I helped out, but hung around at events sometimes when they've been the book signings, and like Noddy Holder did one at a well-known bookshop, and that was really good because he did his speech, but then sort of backstage, as it were, which wasn't, it was a stockroom, but he could kind of have a bit of a chat, and it was a lovely chat.
Your bookshop backstage, your backstage bookshop.
Although a friend of mine who worked there, she it's just complicated, but I don't even know if it's worth telling. But yeah, she had a picture that she wanted him to sign of another friend of ours. I'm going to have to keep up with this. Dressed as Noddy Holder.
I think I'm with you.
Yeah, but the Noddy Holder, and this is Vic Reeves and Bob Martin years ago did a sketch with Noddy Holder. It was like camping with Slade. I think it was something like that. And they had cuppa soups, and they always had cuppa soups.
Remember the cuppa soup?
Yeah, the cuppa soup. So anyone does. So basically, this picture of our friend Neil, with the top hat and everything, really good Noddy Holder outfit, had a cuppa soup attached to the front of the hat. So obviously we give this picture to Noddy Holder saying, can you sign that? And he just looked up and gave a bit of a, kind of look. But he signed it, to be fair to him, and I could tell he had a little
good on
snigger.
him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's a celebration, you see. Vic and Bob were celebrating Slade.
Yeah.
They were celebrating the celebrity of Slade, I would imagine.
To a certain extent, brought him to a new generation, or at least a new audience. So.
Yeah.
But going back to me asking you about celebrity encounters.
Did you want me to ask you the same question?
No, I was thinking, because I haven't really got any. I've got lots of little ones. So I thought I might do a little quick, if I can, the rundown.
By all means. Right. Is it a top 5? Or?
No, I'm just gonna whatever comes to my brain. But I'm also good at missing celebrities as well, I've realised. Right, so I've missed celebrities. I went to a coffee shop or a tea shop, something like that in West London years ago. This was in the late 90s. We got in there and someone said, oh, you just missed Nick Cave by about 2 minutes.
Oh,
so we missed that.
Sliding doors.
Another one when, I'm not even sure whether we shared this tiny lift. It was at Blackpool Winter Gardens, but it was certainly, maybe we were coming out of the lift. And I was like, all right. And someone was like, who was that? And do you know see who that was? And I was like, no, that was Toya Wilcox was getting into the thing. I know,
are you joking?
I didn't notice. I mean, she's tiny anyway. But yeah, so I'm a bit crap like that. But whoever. So I've had drinks with John Cooper Clarke. That's pretty cool.
Excellent.
I've see now I can't think.
Mate, well, they might just pop in.
I don't know, because the whole celebrity thing, it's just like you kind of meet them and they're just kind of like people, aren't they? And also as well, if it's someone that really has sort of done something influential in my life, or then I'm not sure I want to meet them. Oh, well, I did meet Stuart Hall once when I was a kid.
Stuart
we'll move
Hall
on from that.
Northwest Tonight, presenting.
That's what he was doing actually in my hometown of Ulverston.
Yeah.
Who else have I met? Oh, yeah. Well, this was a good one. I was at a festival, Boomtown Festival, and I sort of backstage looking out onto stage, and we saw Mr. Motivator was on, and he was doing his exercising thing. You could see the crowd because he had his back to us, facing the crowd, obviously, and the crowd were way and it was finishing. So we were like, "Oh, going to hang around. We've got to get a picture with Mr. Motivator." This is just, not we'll do the picture thing, but it's like it's Mr. Motivator. This is quite funny.
No, I get it.
This is quite funny. And as we were hanging around, I can never say his name. Omid Jalili. Omid Jalili.
Yeah, Omid Jalili. Yeah.
Had come out and we were like, oh yeah, and so we kind of pretended we were waiting for him and got a picture of him instead. And he was lovely, He was kind of like a hi, oh yeah, I'll have a picture, hi, have a good day.
That's a good spot and a good, outcome. But what happened to Mr. Motivator?
I don't know. He just buggered off. Didn't he? We didn't
probably
meet
ran
Mr. Motivator
really quickly.
But we didn't tell Omid Jalili. We didn't tell him that we weren't waiting for him. I'm not even sure everyone in our party knew.
If someone was
who he was,
if someone was able
to be honest,
to sort of like score the words that we use in this podcast, Omid Jalili would be coming out pretty high up right now in terms of mentions.
Well, yeah,
which is we're fans.
Well,
he's
good, and it was really nice. And like I say, I think half the people.
Oh,
didn't even know who he was.
You've just reminded me. I once stood behind Helena Bonham Carter in a queue for a toilet.
You stood behind her.
Yeah.
That's a good. Oh, I've had a piss next to JP Gaster, who's the drummer for Clutch. That's a very niche market. But I've also had a piss next to Jarvis Cocker. I believe is one of your favourites.
That is cool. I imagine it's not something I would ever be able to replicate.
Well, I don't know. It depends what bush it was and what festival it was. This would have been about the year 2000. Ish.
Was it a disco?
It was another gig I was at actually, and he was there as a punter. And I went into the toilets and I thought this was weird, and someone came in and security followed him. And I was like, what the hell's going on? And obviously the toilet, males stare forward, don't really sort of look around. You're not checking everyone's pieces. So and then I kind of realised who it was. So I didn't look.
No.
I didn't
no,
look.
You wouldn't.
Part of me thought, I can tell people. Maybe I'll have a podcast one day where I can tell people I've seen Jarvis Cocker's penis.
But you can't.
I can't,
instead, you can say, I didn't. You had the opportunity, and you didn't.
And he seemed, just his whole, he was with a few friends, and he just seemed to want
to
get along with his own.
In the toilet?
Not in the toilet, no, but, he just looked like he wanted to have just a nice night at the gig.
Nice piss and then a nice night.
A nice gig, and and obviously people were recognising him because he was pretty famous and whatever, but, that comes with the territory, doesn't it? Of being a pop star.
Yeah. That's all the ones I can think of, really, on my side.
Didn't you dance for somebody once, you were telling me? Are you not going to tell that one?
Oh, are you referencing my...
a certain comic that you maybe had a few drinks. Interpretive dance
for Phil Jupitus. I mean, if he ever happens to listen, I'm pretty
apologise
sure,
right now.
I do apologise. I'm pretty sure that he probably would remember because it was excruciating for him.
Right.
That's what his face was saying at the time. But yeah, a friend and I went to a pub we'd kind of preloaded. We'd gone somewhere and then decided that we didn't want to be there anymore after we'd drunk quite a lot. We probably should have gone home, but we decided to go on to one more pub, and it happened to be a pub kind of in the West End where a lot of kind of theatre people, probably went to relax and, enjoy a quiet drink, maybe with an agent or a close friend after they'd performed. And, poor Phil Jupiters, he happened to fall into that category. And me and my friend, we immediately spotted him. We're going back a long time now, probably 15 odd years. I think he'd been in Hairspray, and as I subsequently looked up. And, so he sat down in a corner, minding his own business. And we were in a kind of, I can only really describe it as kind of a dimly lit, but quite open bar area with candles on the table. And so my friend and I just decided, really, apropos of nothing, to pick up some of these, pick up a candle each and basically start doing some quite sort of overtly...
Oh, no. What?
Well, sort of,
Your hands went up to your breasts and started doing sort of circular motions as you were saying that.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. There was definitely not like a full on. You weren't
that was tension. I'm just sort of holding my hands near my face.
I wouldn't say you were rotating, but there was definitely a...
There was, I would say, possibly a slightly erotic nature to the dancing. There was quite a bit of flinging ourselves around. We were kind of, I think probably trying to emulate sort of Kate Bush. But anyway, so we started off, just dancing for each other. And then we quite rapidly decided that, Phil Jupiters and his friend made a brilliant captive audience. So we just got closer and closer to their table with, your face looks like his did. And we got closer and closer with our candles. And then...
Candles?
we had
Hot
the
wax.
Candles. We were kind of like moving them around in a circular motion. Just basically kind of living and breathing modern day eroticism, and and just kind of really willing him to look at us. That's what we were really trying to do, was like will him to just show us any attention whatsoever. And he was steadfastly staring straight ahead, pretending to have a conversation with this friend. And, so at that point we decided to put the candles down, take action. And we
when
basically...
you say decided, did somebody like security decide for you?
No, there's no security.
No, there should have been.
So we just decided that this tactic wasn't really working. And so we just basically went and sat with them. And it was at this point, no. And it was at this point that, They acknowledged us. They did at least acknowledge us, because otherwise that would have been rude. They didn't acknowledge the dancing. They didn't kind of acknowledge the preamble, the lengths that we'd gone to kind of, gain their attention. But, they did say hello. And then it was at that point that I spotted Phil Jupiter's glittery fingers. And
glittery fingers?
He was a fan of silver jewellery. And I just, basically thought it'd be a good idea to point this out. So I just uttered the immortal line, "Oh, I see you like silver jewellery, Phil. So do I."
Did you call him Phil?
Yeah, probably. And my friend at this point, I think, was kind of trying to have a deeper, meaningful discussion with his friend, and that really wasn't going anywhere. And So, at that point, I think my hand was on Phil Jupiter's hand, kind of clutching him, really, really strongly referencing the silver jewellery, probably trying to take a couple of pieces off and swap them. And then they said, "Okay, well, I think we're going to leave now."
I think, well, you definitely probably
it was a little bit
had an
sketchy.
influence on them, like making them want to leave.
It was a little bit sketchy, some elements, but I'd have to clarify with my friend that there weren't any other, highlights. But as far as yeah. I remember, that was probably one of the most excruciating experiences of his life.
I'm sure.
And yet one of the most memorable and easily accountable of my life.
Well, it's a good little story.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me. That had obviously been popped in my brain cupboard of mess.
Yep. I'm sure I've got embarrassing ones, but I can't really remember. Probably, if I have, I was drunk, or I don't know. I've not done anything that...
Well, you know, there's
Certainly
time.
not that embarrassing.
There's time.
It certainly is. It certainly is.
You know, there's time to kind of... There's always time, you know, to just... I think my advice would be, rather than worry about, you know, encounters with celebrities, just always remember that basically, you know, you're just going to respond in the moment, and if you're me, that is invariably not going to end well.
Celebrities are people
either
too.
party. And yeah, I just think that's probably the lesson that we can all take with us. So,
Treat them with the respect they deserve.
Absolutely. And if
they
anyone,
don't
you know,
deserve
if I
respect.
ever gained any degree of notoriety or celebrity, then I wouldn't want people to come within at least 10 feet of me, and certainly not with a candle.
No, I mean, especially like fans or, you know, anyone that... I suppose whatever you do, if you're known for something, it's really flattering and lovely if people are coming up and saying, "Oh, I really like what you do." But I'm not, in general, life in general, I'm not very good at compliments. So if someone goes, "Oh, I really like that," you go, I don't, right, okay. If someone comes up and says, "Oh, you were shit in that," I'd be like, "Yeah," or "Fuck you, man."
Yeah.
I don't know why I'd say it like that.
Yeah.
But I can deal with that. That's fine.
So
but if someone's complimentary, I can't deal with it.
On that note, we should probably look to wrap it up, because that was shit. That was really shit.
What was shit?
What you just did there.
Was it? Oh,
But you said you were good with that.
okay.
You're good with that.
All
you
right,
know?
that's
so
fine.
we'll wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up. Okay. You can send any celebrity stories to theworrybook@gmail.com. Or insults, or you can say you listen to your podcast and now
Or
shit.
Phil Jupiter's, if you remember that fateful evening as clearly as I do. And there's anything you'd like to add, you know, maybe we enjoyed.
Tell us your true thoughts.
A meal and
these
some
two
fine
women.
wine, and that's the part that I've chosen to omit. But yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's just the candle.
Okay. Well, we'll wrap it up and say goodbye then.
Let's wrap it up there.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Find The Worry Book on Twitter and Instagram, and if you like what you're hearing, don't forget to subscribe. We're also supporting Mind, the mental health charity. If you'd like to make a donation, visit mind.org.uk. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.